Since I've deviated from Epic 7, let me just talk about another game that I've been playing. I don't want to say very consistently, but kind of consistently. I've been playing Alchemy Stars, and there are good things to say about it. I really like the aesthetic. I don't know too much about the soundtrack. It seems like this game is going for the long con, and as far as I can count, there's the lobby theme, there's the boss theme, there's the normal battle theme, and then there's the tense soundtrack. And for the longest time, it's only been those four soundtracks. It's like only after 3 chapters or 4 chapters that you start hearing other soundtracks, like a heroic theme or a very angelic theme, that kind of stuff. So as far as soundtracks are concerned, I don't know, this game is lacking. It needs more. I will say I really do love this one mechanic in this game, where if you line up too many things and you unlock this Aurorian spree or whatever, the speed of the soundtrack literally doubles or triples or something. I really appreciate that. But as far as soundtracks are concerned, yes, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't feel it. I don't hear it. But again, aesthetics, gameplay wise, I really love this game, except there is a few things that I do want to criticize. Number one, who is this story for? I mean, listen, at first it starts with first person, or rather, we experience what the main character is seeing, what the main character is going through, and then we switch to second person, where the game is saying you feel, or you hear, or you stand up and this is what you see, right? It starts using you, so it's second person. And then as you play, that thing's gone. You're just, now it's a third person. So we started first person, then we moved to second person, and then we moved to third person. And now this character, which I thought was going to be a self-insert, which is to a degree a self-insert. I thought this main character was just going to be nobody, but then it turns out no, he has a full backstory, he has everything laid out for him, and again, really makes me question about the story. Is this, who is the main character? What's it for, huh? Anyways, as far as the story is concerned, it's nice, I guess. If I had to make a quick rundown, basically, there's 2 races in this world. One race can fight, the other one can see light. And basically, if both races fight together, they unlock very strong powers, since if you can follow the trail of light, you can unlock your potential. But of course, the race that can see light can't fight. So yeah, you need the people who fight to follow your light so that they can unlock their potential. And essentially, the race that had the ability to see light was wiped in a genocide. Basically, what happened is someone from the inside planned this genocide, and then there's these creatures called the Eclipse. Now, if you haven't caught on to the theme, again, Aurorians, one race can see light, and your enemies are Eclipse. Your enemies are darkness. Wow, a theme we have never discovered before, especially in a gacha JRPG. But yeah, as far as dialogue is concerned as well, it's kind of weird because the dialogue in-game is very inconsistent with the dialogue you see in the texting feature. Again, I don't know. Does the main character have a personality? If so, why do we have some level of control? Because whenever they give us some level of control, our options completely contradict what the character actually is in main story. And that's the thing. In main story, main character is way different than the way he is in the side stories and messaging system, which I guess is a common trend in these games. But it is what it is. Now, let me criticize the things I don't like about this game, or further criticize. 12 gigabytes. For what? For what? I mean, they did make a very big, very important UI update that, I won't lie, it freshened up the game. But 12 gigabytes for a game that at some point felt mid. And I'm not saying that this game is perfect. It has some very glaring flaws in my opinion. And it's basically limiting itself. It doesn't want to give too much to the player, but it knows that if it does not do that, it's gonna die, because frankly speaking, aside of a few units, there aren't many units to roll. But that's a topic for another video. Yeah, so there's this. I forgot the name of the area. That should clue you in how useless this area is. In my opinion, as much as I love games that give you other ventures to explore, I think this game what is this for? What is this for? This open world area does nothing. The interactions of the characters are bland. I know you're supposed to build and all that stuff. But again, it ties back to who's this main character for, huh? Yeah, is it for you, the player, or is he his own character? But I digress. I guess a lot of people don't care. But the people who do play the game, genuine question, is this a feature you enjoy? Is this something you will want to use? Is this something you see using in the long future? Because when I opened this, I only did the tutorial and then I left. Which even then, the tutorials in this game are very long. It gets boring when almost every battle for the first 3 chapters, every battle, the main girl Vice opens a notebook and she's like, it seems like our enemies are different this time. And then, after each battle, they force you out of the chapter screen to go click this, claim this, click this, go to Colossus, and then from Colossus, click on this, and then Colossus takes you to another screen, and then you have to go to support, and then you talk with the guy on the phone, and then the phone takes you to the lounge, and then the lounge unlocks you a new building, and then they tell you clear until this point of the story to get the upgrade, and it's just so boring and slow. It's tedious. I really wish I could just get into the game and do what I want. Instead, no, the game keeps bombarding me with very, very optional but unfun stuff. The optional parts are supposed to be fun, which, by the way, the only game that does your base properly is Arknights. The Colossus here, in my opinion, serves no function, at least no function yet. I cannot see myself getting into the mid-game or late game of this game because, simply put, I'm overwhelmed by very optional features that serve nothing to me. Again, Colossus, what am I gonna do with it? Nothing. Actually, I guess maybe as I unlock more stuff, maybe I'll unlock more within the Colossus. But that's the thing, it's just 12 gigabytes? I don't know, man. I think, see, my device is good, but I'm trying to think from your normal person's perspective. You might either overwhelm their device, or on the opposite end, you might have to delete some apps to play Alchemy Stars, and the updates are very frequent and they're always around 200 to 100 megabytes. And if you do a store update, the update itself gets ruthless. It goes beyond 1.5 gigabytes. So yeah, that's my main criticism of the game. Again, I really like the aesthetic of the game. I love the story, or at least, I love the main story. I don't like any of the side stories, but yeah, the mechanics of the game are fun, but it's a B tier. The good is just as good as the bad, and the bad is as bad as the good. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Thank you for watching. I'll keep it brief. Goodbye.